If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Welcome back in, folks. My name is Neal Bortmes, and I have kidnapped limited access from Nestor Aparicio for 15 minutes. If you'd like to call in, the number is 410-481-1570. All calls are welcome. Today, I'd like to talk about the Baltimore Orioles. I know it's been a topic all day today, but I know it's really riled some people up, so I'd like to continue talking about that. But I really like to, what I want to do is put everyone in a position of the front office personnel. If you were in charge of the Orioles front office, what would you do to help fix this ball club? We're mired in a really big slump right now, and it's hard to see if we could ever get out of this slump later on this year. So what would you do? Would you call up Wieters now? I know a lot of people are really hoping that he gets called up soon. They think that he's the answer to all of our problems. He may or may not be. I mean, he looks good. He's getting over his injury right now, so he could be up by mid-June, but would you bring him up sooner? You know, Greg Zahn, he's not hitting very well. You know, batting about a buck. You know, so it's really not that good. So we need to get somebody else in there in the lineup. Also, as far as the pitching goes, we have Hendrickson and Eaton, two guys that were brought in here to eat up innings. They're not really doing that right now. They both have ballooned ERAs. We could bring some guys up in from the farm that could do just as well. I mean, I'm sure David Hernandez could come up and he could throw, you know, have a 7 ERA just like Adam Eaton. So I just wanted to see what your thoughts are on how you would change things, how you would do things differently if you were in the front office. Some things that I was thinking about doing, I know that they tried to build up the infield, up the middle defense. I see that Greg Zahn already has 2 errors this year. Esturris has 3. Roberts has 2. So the defense really hasn't been playing that well. Maybe we could try to do some more infield practices. They definitely need some help. When the pitching giving up runs, that's based on fielding and on pitching as well. So it's not just the pitching. The fielding has also been letting them down. The hitting's been pretty good. We've been doing pretty good with the hitting. Adam Jones has been raking the ball. Markakis leads the team in RBIs with 24. Huff's been doing pretty well. He's batting about 290. He's got 22 RBIs. So the hitting really hasn't been that bad. It's just really been the pitching and the pitching decisions. I know some people were talking about Dave Tremblay earlier and his use of the bullpen. He's not really effective at bullpen usage, really. He kind of uses guys in the wrong spots, in my opinion. And Sherrill, as we all have figured out by now, he's not a closer. He's really just a lefty setup guy at best. Yeah, welcome in John from Highlandtown. You're on WNST? It's going well.
I can, and I'd rather go pay and see them play than to watch the garbage they got out on the field.
Exactly.
What was Melvin Moore thinking yesterday?
You
stopped in the middle of the base. I mean, either keep running or don't go at all.
Exactly. That's the kind of things I'm talking about. The base running blunders. These are simple things that can be easily corrected just through practice. You know, he's a veteran, and Dave Tremblay loves his veterans. You know, a young guy could come up and do just the same thing. You know.
I mean, and what was Dave Tremblay's big thing all spring training? Fundamentals. I haven't seen any fundamental baseball out of this team yet.
None at all. And another thing that I noticed earlier on in the season, he hits and runs a lot in spots where he doesn't really need to. He takes the bat out of guys' hands, and guys end up getting picked off or thrown out.
I don't know. I mean, just like with Ty Wiggins, what was the stat they gave yesterday? We're like 0 for something in pinch hitting. I think 0 for 12.
He's not doing too well, that's for sure. I mean, he was brought in primarily to hit left-handers, and he got forced into starting when Moore went down with the injury. So he was forced into duty, but his main role is definitely coming off the bench.
David, you gotta turn up the volume. I can barely hear you.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, just after that 3-game sweep and I don't know. And with George Sherrill, after he gave up that home run, and okay, you give up the home run, you strike out the next 3 batters, but why couldn't you strike out the first 3 batters?
Exactly. Yeah, well, he showed last year that he wore out. He definitely wore out down toward the stretch. You know, he just isn't effective as a full-time closer.
I mean, and I don't think we have things in our organization to fix the pitching.
Well,
if these young guys are going to pan out, well, bring them up. Let them get their lumps. I don't care about the then you're going to overuse the bullpen anyway, so bring them up and to anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, even though Guthrie gave up that late, home run to I think Till yesterday.
Yeah.
That but he pitched a pretty good game.
He sure did. All right. Well, thank you for the call, John.
All right, no problem.
Okay, so we got some input from John there, and we have Steve from Canton on the line. Steve?
Hey, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing good.
I think the one thing everybody has to get used to is the fact that this is.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.